You're welcome to today's episode of the Stories of God's Goodness. I'm so excited to have you join me. How are you today? How are you today? Thank you for joining. How are you? Happy Sunday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from. Mm, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Okay, so let's just wait for a few more minutes so others can join and then proceed. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So good to have you. Yes. Welcome. Please, if you're just joining, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. You're welcome to today's episode of the Stories of God's Goodness. So I do this every Sunday where I share a story that of how God came through for me. I do this every Sunday, 3 p.m. GMT +1. So please, if you're just joining and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to this channel and also please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Hello, Corizon. Hi. How are you? Please, if you're just joining and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to this channel. And also, you're from Indonesia. Oh, good to have you. Hello, Vlog Nikaya. How are you doing? Hi. Please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Thank you. So we're going to start in the next few minutes, okay? Hello, my friend. Hello, Vlog Nikaya. How are you? How are you? Lover, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. So the essence of this life is to share a story. My name is Mary. Yes, my name is Mary. Mary. Oh, thank you so much, Kazrani. Zarani. Yeah. You're also from Indonesia. Thank you. Please, if you're just joining and you're not a subscriber, please like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much, Corizin. Corizendin, thank you. Are you a male or a female? Okay, so we're gonna be starting. Let me see what time. Oh, it's 3:06 p.m. Nigeria time. Mm. Okay, so how many of you joined last Sunday? And did you watch the story? Oh, your name is Dinda. Oh, okay, that's good. Your name is Dinda. Hi, Dinda. Hi. Please like this video and also subscribe. Thank you. Nobody greater than you. So last week I talked about oh my god, what did I talk about? I think it was ah oh my god, I forgotten. Let me see if I can remember. Mm, hi. Thank you for liking the video. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you so much. Mm. Sorry. Option. Hi. So so I'm gonna. Hey Hudson. Hi. I'm gonna start right away. So the essence of this life is just to share a story of how God came through for me when I thought all hope was lost. And I do this every Sunday, and today is Sunday again. Okay, so I'm gonna start right away now. So I'm gonna be talking about how I got an accommodation. So when I got an admission, so the thing is, my school to get an accommodation, that's hostel. It's it's good. It is usually survival of the fittest. Like it was a tug of war. It was a thing of struggle to get an accommodation, usually hostel. I am based in Lagos, and we know how it's usually, um, permit me to say this, usually crazy to get an accommodation in Lagos. So it was the same thing, getting a hostel. I attended University of Lagos. So my sister also did, but then she had graduated, and she told me how it was a struggle to get an accommodation, to get a bed space. So when she told me, I was prepared. So she told me that to get an accommodation, that's a hostel, you have to ballot. And this balloting is, so they open the hostel, they open the portal for a particular period, that's for, let's say, for 2 hours, and then within that 2 hours there's going to be, so you have to go to your portal, click on a particular link, and then apply within that 2 hours. And most of the time you don't get a bed space, and most times you would get, so it depends on how fast your internet is. And yeah, it depends on how fast your internet is. If it is not fast, you will not get a bed space. So she told me that, and I was prepared. And then I finally got admission, and so so when I got an admission, I said, if you go back to my previous videos, I said, I talked about how I got admission. Yeah. Thank you so much, Whitson. You're strong for sitting here in front of the world. Talk, talk the word of God, sister. Thank you. Jesus is King. Yes, is King. So I in my previous video I said how I got admission. So I'd gotten this admission, then getting an accommodation was now the issue. And I remember my mom. She came. She stays in. She's not in Lagos, so she came all the way from where she was to Lagos, and then she got us a can of granuts, groundnuts. So she got us that can, is it can now or container. So she got every one of us, me and my siblings, that container of granuts, and then she gave me mine. So at the time, I was staying with my eldest brother and his family. So I was staying with them. And so when my mom gave me my own, I kept mine in the wardrobe, inside my bag, and then in the wardrobe. So I told myself that okay, I wasn't going to eat this granite, and that I was going to take it to my hostel. Even though as at the time I had not gotten my hostel. So for me, that granite was just me telling God that okay, God, I use this granite as a point of contact. I don't know for anything to say, but then the granite was sort of like a point of contact for God to just do that thing that I said. So God, okay, I am taking this granite to my hostel. I'm not going to touch it because the way my mom did the granite, she sealed it, so it was tight. There was no way that breeze would enter that granite. So that's why I decided to even keep it in the first place. So I said, God, I was going to take this granite rather, to my hostel, even though I did not even have a hostel. I was going to school from home. Do you understand? So please, if you're just joining, please like this video and then subscribe. Thank you. So I said that with faith, and I was praying that God please, because it was really tiring going to school from home. It was really tiring and stressful. It was telling on my health, and I just didn't like it. So I was going to school. I was staying at Ikeja at the time, and it was usually so when I come out, there's this bus stop that I have to stay and then get a bus. It was a struggle getting a bus in that place. Most of the buses that would just pass are the ones that are filled up. So it was a struggle really. And so I would stay there for hours, and I need to get get to school. I need to get, because at that time most of the lectures was for 8 a.m. and I needed to be in school before 8 a.m. As at 7:30 I was still at the bus stop. It was really crazy. So I would stay there for hours, and most of the time I would just decide to even trek. Like, okay, since bus is not even coming, let me trek. And this trek we're trekking is not a short distance, so it's very long. But I don't. There was no choice actually. And even when I decided to stay, the buses that will come, it's just one chance that's remaining, and you have other people that are contending with you, so you just leave the, like, let them enter. So because if you're not careful, you know how Lagos is, they will just use that avenue to steal something from you. So me, I don't even like argue, I don't fight with them. I was like, okay, enter. If it's to miss that first class, it's fine, it's better than me losing my things. So it went on like that. I would go to school from home, and then I'll come back really exhausted. And most the classes was usually Monday to Thursday, and then on Fridays was a free day. I don't usually go to school, but I really liked the fact that I was going from home. In fact, my friend at the time, she had already gotten an apartment, and she said she was staying with somebody, so I didn't want to be a bother. I would rather come from home than stay with her and her roommates. So I just did not stress that part. Like I did not even try to say, okay, let me stay with you, this, that, because she already told me that she was staying with a friend, and I didn't want to be a bother. It went on like that. I was going to school, and on Thursdays there was usually this class that we had. It was from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. In fact, this class was in another faculty. If you are in Unilag, you know how difficult it is to get to other faculties. You have to take a cab. It wasn't a thing that you can trek. So my faculty is education, and this class was usually held. What's the name of the faculty again? I think art or finance. I can't remember. But you would have to take a cab. Please, if you're just joining, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So I will usually take a cab to that faculty, and this lecturer was a no nonsense lecturer. The funny thing about him is that after his class, he would tell you, yeah, tear out a sheet of paper, and most of the time he gives tests, or he says, oh, write your name and matric number on that sheet, and then you submit. That is his own attendance, and you dare not miss his class. You dare not. Everyone, even most people will not attend Monday to Wednesday, but you see that Thursday, no matter where they are, they will come to class, because this man, like I said, he doesn't take bullshit. So it went on like that. It was tiring. It was really tiring, and I would always pray like, God, please, please. So finally, it was day to ballot for this hostel, and I prayed, I'd done everything. I even told my brothers, okay, this is how it works. Please, you just have to have a strong internet connection. So I told my brothers, like I said, one was at home, one was at work, so they had access to the internet. And like I said, balloting for hostel is crazy. And the annoying thing was that people that are not even interested in this hostel would ballot only for them to send. So it was usually crazy. You have a whole lot of people to contend with. So I told them how to ballot, gave them my login details, and that day finally came. And guess what, guys? You want to take a guess? Do you want to guess? That day finally came. They balloted, and guess what? Drum roll. I did not get a bed space. I didn't get a bed space. Oh my god. I didn't get a bed space, guys. It was really painful. I didn't get a bed space. Ah, I tried from morning, the time they gave us to ballot. Because I was also doing it from my end. Guys, nothing. In fact, the site is not even open. Like the site, I could not even do anything. The site was not even going through. It was crazy, and people, because I was in a group chat, and people like they've been trying to like log in, they couldn't. In fact, they cannot. They couldn't even open their, because first you have to like go to your dashboard and then click on accommodation. Like they couldn't even access their dashboard. That's how crazy it was. Same thing with me. I couldn't. And people were saying, oh, they've gotten. How? Like, guys, the people, like I said, if you have someone that attended Unilag or is still in Unilag and they got a bed space, they don't know what God has done for them. They don't know, especially the ones that are still in school and they got a bed space. They don't know what God has done for them because it was just crazy. And this is me in my previous school. Like you don't even have to struggle. You just what's all what you have to do is just apply on time and you definitely get a bed space. But in uni, like it was just different. And the people that got were like, oh, they want to sell it. Imagine getting a bed space that is supposed to be 25,000 naira. People would sell it for 200,000 and more because for the female hostel, all the hostel generally they have the ones for big girls, then middle girls, and then the ones that the hostel that is just there. So the ones that are for big girls is usually more expensive. Likewise for the boys as well. So imagine getting a hostel that's supposed to be 25,000 naira, like not even supposed to be. That's what you have to pay when you finally get a bed space. You have to pay 25,000 naira. But the people that got it who want to sell it for 200 and above, that like it is that expensive. So I'm very sure that it is those people that are trying to sell the hostel that are making it difficult for the people that are interested in the hostel, that are making it difficult for us to get the hostel. So eventually I did not get a bed space. It meant that okay, girl, you have to go from home. It was crazy. So but then it wasn't my thing because in my previous school I stayed in the hostel for 3 years. So you know that kind of feeling. You stayed in the hostel, now you go to another school, they're not telling you to be coming from home. Even though I schooled in Lagos, I my family stayed in Lagos, but then I still stayed in the school hostel. So I wanted that too, but then it wasn't happening. It was crazy, guys. So I didn't have a choice. I started going from home. So there was this particular day. It was a Thursday. The same 4 to 6 class. So this man, I think that day we did presentation or something. So it took more than 2 hours. The class took more than 2 hours. It was 4 to 6. So it was really crazy. So this part so as at 7 p.m. we were still in class and I needed to go home. So the bus that I take home, because the area where I stay, people don't usually go there. Not that they do not, but they have a time frame. So these drivers, they have a particular time frame that they pick people up. So if it is 7 p.m. and then the last bus is filled up, you are not going to get the next bus because, like I said, people don't usually go to that area. So once the last bus is filled up, you just have to take the nearest bus stop or something else. So this particular day, in fact, I got to the bus stop late and the bus was filled up and there was no bus. It was after 7. That's I think 7:20 p.m. or thereabout. I was still at the bus stop. I had not gotten a bus to take me home. So I had to take another bus stop. From school, I took a bus going to Ojuelegba, and then from Ojuelegba, I'm going to now take a bus. So I was supposed to take a bus going to Okpebi, but then there was not Okpebi, so I have to take a bus going to Ikeja under bridge. I know that if you're not from Nigeria, if you're not in Lagos, you might not understand what I'm saying, but then these are locations in Lagos. So I took a bus going to Ikeja under bridge. From Ikeja under bridge, I'm supposed to take a tricycle to my house. Eventually, I got to Ikeja under bridge. Guess what, guys? Guess what? There was no tricycle because it was late. It was at 9 p.m. I was still outside. It was late. There was no bus. I had to even, okay, the people were like, because I met other people to waiting for tricycle, and they were like, oh, another one is coming, another one is coming. I should just chill. Guys, I was waiting. Time was going, and I didn't like the fact that I was outside at the like as at 9 p.m. I'm still outside. I didn't like that fact. About that, like, he was already calling me. Like, where are you? Because I'm sure that he was already back from work. His wife was, and then Maris was nowhere to be found. And this was unlike me. I usually get home before them. They were calling me, and I couldn't. I had to even switch off my phone because in that area, if you're not careful, guys, what's going on? Like, they've done their thing, but then we're going to continue. Joey is a liar. So it went on like that, and I I I had to trek home. I had to trek home. Yes, I had to trek home. It was that crazy, and this distance is not a small distance. So I trekked home in the middle, not in the middle of the night though, but after 9:30, I was still on the road. I just had to carry all my stuff. Like, I held them so tight because if you're in Lagos and you're not wise, you cannot be wise anywhere. So I held them so tight, and I got to my bus stop. I got to the estate gate. It was locked, guys. It was locked. Even when I tried to even plead with the security guards, they were like, "Oh, it's late. That I should go and take the other. That I should go and take the other gates or something." And this gate was far. This other place that they are saying I should go and take, it was far, guys. It was far. Me that was tired, exhausted, hungry, I just had to just drag my feet, and I was going like that. I got home. I was in pain. I cried. God, what is this? God, what is this? God, what is this? What is going on? What is going on? What is this? I was in pain. I couldn't even eat. I just had to go and sleep like that with an empty stomach. The next day, the next day I was still having headache, body pain. So I just took few medications, and I was fine. And thank God the next day was a Friday, so there was no class. So I was able to rest. It was there, and then my elder brother was like, you know what? You have to start looking for an accommodation outside the campus. So when he said that, I was really happy. Like, okay, finally, even if I was not able to get a like a bed space, at least I can stay within the environment, the school environment. So when he told me that, then I was happy. So I started looking for an apartment around the school. So I was able to get some agent's number, and they had a group, WhatsApp group chat. So I was added to that group. So every day they would post like the vacancy. They'll post videos of this vacancy, or where this apartment was, the address, every benefit. So they would do that, and when I just check and I see that the location is quite far from school, I would not just even bother going. Most times, even when I go, it was nothing to write home about. They'll just deceive you with the videos. You go there and then you see something different. It went on like that. I'll be going from different I was going for inspection here and there. It was crazy. It was tiring. Trust me, it was tiring. In fact, most of the time I would have to just keep skip classes because I needed to go for inspection. And you get to that place, you just be angry, like, okay, what is this? What is this? Why did you let me leave where I was? What did ah, it was crazy, and it was annoying. I was always going for inspection every day, and my brother would like be like, okay, how far? How did you go? It did not go well, nothing. And even the ones that I went, because like because it was a student area, most of the places there are, you have private hostels that are outside the campus, private hostels, and these hostels were expensive. I'm sure they are still expensive because as at then, so there was this particular one that I went to. It was not far from the school. It was just a 5 minutes walk or thereabout. I went. They're not telling me that it is 4-man room, and then it is 400,000 per bed space. So per person is going to pay 400,000 naira, guys. 400,000 naira, and if you see this space, very tiny thing. So there was two bunks, like two per bunk, 2 persons per bunk. Now, if you see the hostel, very tiny. We will share one toilet, one bathroom, no ventilation. They'll tell you, oh, nothing, and you want to collect 400,000. And the annoying part was that no mattress. You are not even going to get a mattress. You are going to bring everything from home. By the time I will get home, I will not be able to even tell my brother that, okay, I saw one, but then 400,000. Hello, how much is my school fees? That I will not pay 400,000 naira for an accommodation. Like, it was that crazy. Sometimes I would even like go for an inspection. This was, you'll be hearing 250,000, like per person, 250,000 naira. Come on now, we're all students. Why this extortion, guys? I got fed up. I got fed up, tired. At some point, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I think I'll be coming from home. I think I'll be coming from home. But by the time I'll go attend classes again, I'll just tell myself, no, I'm not coming from home. There was a particular time that I was going to school. I took a bus, and I don't even know what came over the driver, the conductor. That was how he just hit me. It was a mistake, but then, ah, I don't even know. I was, I started crying, like, okay, God, I'm tired. I don't want to go to school from home. I got tired and I was crying. He was telling me sorry. But me, I knew why I was crying. I wasn't crying because he hit me. I was crying because I was tired of going to school from home. But I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. And my brother dare not see that I was being I was cranky or something. He dare not see that, because is it you that want to pay money? Why are you not being cranky? Come on. In fact, there was a particular day that I was just in my room and I was crying, and his wife walked in. I'm sure she saw me crying, so I just did like, okay, clean my face. But then she saw me crying, but she didn't. She just pretended as if she did not see me. I'm sure that she must have told my brother, like, okay, you need to get an accommodation for this girl, because it is really telling on her. It was telling on me, because I'm this person that I get stressed out easily. And for you to know that I'm stressed out, I'll just lose weight. From my face, you will just know. And it was, for me, it is easy to lose weight. Like, once I'm stressed out, I've lost weight. My eyes will just go inside. You will know. I don't even need to tell you. You will know that something is wrong with me. Even I can be eating morning, afternoon, night. But as long as I am stressed mentally, I am stressed physically, it will just tell on my face. And if I want to add weight, I don't even need to eat 3 times daily. I just need to rest. Once I rest, trust me, I'll add weight. I don't even need to eat. That's one thing about me. So I was always going for inspection. So there was one particular one, very funny. And you know how these guys, they can edit some things, and when you see the video, you see the picture, you'll be like, oh my god, this place makes sense, so make I go check out. So there's this particular one. The lady posted it. Oh, that she posted the place, nice place, and she said something like, oh, that she's in her finals, so she's going to be leaving soon, and her rent is going to expire in a few months. So she's hoping that okay, she gets somebody that will take over from her. And guess what, guys? Guess the amount. It was 60,000 naira. When I saw the price, I was like, really, 60,000 naira? Okay, this is cheap. This is very cheap. This is very, very cheap. Compared to the prices that I've been mentioning, 250, 400,000 naira. Somebody is now coming to say 60,000 naira. And then when I saw the picture, it was really making sense. Like, okay. So I just started with her, okay, I would love to come to inspect. She said, no problem. So that day, if you stay in Bariga, or you know somebody that stays there, you know how Bariga can be. So we have the cool places in Bariga, but Bariga usually is known to be a very rough area if you're not careful. Not very rough I say, but those market areas is kind of rough. So when I saw Bariga, and I was like, okay, let me even go and try. Let me go and see that place. Let me not just conclude. So I told my friend to come with me that particular day. We took a bike, and then this bike was just going. We just told ourselves, okay, you know what? We're excuse me. Where exactly are we going to? Where exactly? Because this distance is becoming far. What is this? So finally we got to the place. I looked around. I was like, okay, what is this? Look at this area is, God forbid, I cannot even stay here. So but then just to just to even finally see the lady that I was chatting with. So I called her to tell her I was around. She came outside, took me to the room. Guys, see, if I even though I, guys, ah, Lagosians, they will deceive you if you're not careful. I got to that place. See, even if they give me that place free of charge, God knows I can never stay there. I can never stay there free of charge. I was wondering how she was able to stay there. Hey, God. My friend, immediately we came out of the house, my friend and I started laughing. Like, we laughed. I was like, God, I'm not suffering where I'm coming from. What is all this? What exactly is this? How can I live? Like, where I'm coming from, I have my own room. There's AC in my room. There's fan. There's fun, no. I can eat what I want to eat. You're not expecting me to stay in a room. The room is even dark. Not just dark, dirty. The area rough. You see, there was area boys everywhere. People smoking, drinking. Me, I will not come and stay here. God forbid. So when I go home, my brother was like, "Okay, how far?" I said that. No, I cannot even say that. He was like, what was I expecting? That I saw something of 60,000 naira. Was I expecting a 2-bedroom flat or something? He was laughing also. But then I didn't give up. So remember I said my mom gave me and my siblings a container of granuts each. So my immediate elder brother came around to my eldest brother's house. So he eventually saw my granite, and it was like, I still have my granite, and this was after how many months? I said yes. So he then said I should give it to him. I said no, that I'm taking this granite to my hostel. He was laughing. He said, you have not gotten a hostel. Which hostel do you want to take this granite to? I told him, don't worry, I'm taking this granite to my hostel. Guys, this was after 3 months. The granite was still there. So for every time that I see that granite, I'm like, God, I'm going to take this granite to my hostel. I'm not going to touch it. It was tempting, granite, but then I just said I wasn't going to touch this granite. I wasn't going to open it because my mommy sealed the granite in a way that breeze wasn't going to be able to enter that granite. So I just didn't want to open it. So he insisted that I should give him. I said, no, I'm not giving you. I'm taking this granite to my hostel. Guys, I had not gotten hostel. In fact, most of the time, my brother will give me money. I will exhaust all that money on transportation. Most of the time, I will not even eat in school because if I do, my money will not be enough. I will finish the money and still ask for more because it was not enough. Transportation was just increasing. So I got tired. I got really tired. And those lecturers, annoying lecturers, that's when they know that they will fix tests. They will fix, so you just, you couldn't even miss a class. You couldn't miss a class. And because I entered, I, I got in through direct entry. So direct entry meant that I was going to start from 200 level. So that was my first year. Even though it was 200 level, that was my first year. So you know how when you're a fresher, you want to attend classes, you don't want to miss anything. So that was the same thing with me, and it went on like that. I would go for inspection. In fact, there was even this time that I went. This lady said she needed a roommate, so I went for the inspection. She was like, the room was really spacious. She had toilets, she had bathroom. She was even saying that I don't have to come with cooking utensils, that she has all of them, that I just need to come with my bags. In my mind, I'm like, really? She was a Muslim. She was a Muslim. But that wasn't even an issue, but I just couldn't stay in that place. Because she was like, oh, she doesn't even stay at home. She goes to her boyfriend's place and then comes back the next day. That's what they'll be saying, because they want a roommate. But then when you eventually move in, you'll not be hearing, you'll be seeing them around. So it's better I just avoid such places. So I just avoid it. I just thought I was going to get back to her. But I knew I couldn't stay with her. She looked like somebody that was going to be partying all the time, and I didn't want that distraction. So there are times that I would miss classes just to go for inspection myself. Some days my friend would follow me. So there was this particular time that I just said, okay, you know what? Let me even go by myself. I don't need to call any agent. Let me just go around these hostels that I'm seeing. So I went this particular day. I went from one hostel to the other, and they'll tell me the price 200, 300. The annoying part, they'll tell you no wardrobe, no mattress. Like, okay, what exactly are you offering me? So if I pay 200,000 naira for you to just, it's for what exactly? Like, tell me, this 200 is for what? It's just for bunk. Hey. So while I was coming back, so aside me going to different hostels, private hostels that were outside the school, I was also checking the walls, because you see something like, okay, you're looking for hostel, call this number. So I was checking the walls as well. So I was on my, so I'd gone to check different hostels, and I was tired. I said, let me even go back to the school. So I don't even know what happened. I don't even know how it happened. I just saw a pole. Like, this is my school. Like, my school is at the front, and this at the opposite to my school, they have like just one very small area where different people were selling stuff. So I just saw a pole, and I checked that pole, and I just saw a banner on that pole. Like, you know how a pole is. So the banner was like around it. And so I checked the banner carefully, and I saw something like, if you're looking for an accommodation, call this number. How? And guys, I've been like, I was always passing that area. I'd never noticed that banner before. I was not asking myself, where did this banner come from? So I took down the number, and I decided to call the number. So I called the number, and it went through. So the person was like a man. So he said, oh, that he's around, that I should come for inspection. In fact, that he's going to be leaving the house soon, so I should come. I should be fast. In my mind, I'm like, because so he called me again. I told him I was coming, but then I was scared to go alone. So I needed, so there was, my friend was supposed to follow me, but then she told me she had class, this, that. She couldn't follow me. In fact, that day, the people that I was even calling to follow me, they were just turning me down. And I was scared to go alone. This man kept on calling me. Hey, I became afraid. Because usually it was the other way around. It is you that will be calling agent, and not agent calling you. But this time around, this man was the one calling me. He would call me, where are you? I was like, okay, sir, I'm coming. Please, I'm coming. I was scared. Even though I wasn't coming, I was scared. So I just like, okay, God, you know what? I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to go myself. Since my friend is busy. So I took a cab, and then I was on my way. He called again to say, where are you? I'm about to step out. I said, sir, I'm coming. Please just hold on. Eventually, I got to that area. Guys, the area was quiet. I was afraid. Like, okay, God, please help me. It's accommodation that I'm looking for, nothing. Please help me, protect me. So while he was calling me, the area, though they had, it was an estate, different houses, but it was quiet. It was in the afternoon. It was quiet. And this man kept on calling me. I became suspicious, like, okay, what is going on? So eventually he called me and he was like, are you on the street where? I said yes. So I saw him, he waved at me, so I quickly had to rush down to where he was. He was dressed in corporate. So he told me he was going, so he just came home because he's a teacher, and where he works isn't far from the house. When I called him, he had to just rush down to attend to me. So that's why he was calling me repeatedly, because he needed to get back to work. So I said, okay. So we got talking, and it was like, wait, do I want to see? Hi, Jan. Hi. So we got talking, and he was like, oh, do I want to see the place? Guys, this building was a story building, and I didn't see anybody. It was just him. So he said the first floor was where the hostel was. Hey, I became afraid, like, okay, God, please, God, have mercy. Please help me, protect me. So we went upstairs. He showed me around. Guys, this place was making sense. This hostel was making much sense. Like, in my mind, I'm like, where this let me say it in a very local way. Where this hostel did all this while. I was like, where hey God. Because The room was spacious. He said there was going to be provision of mattress, water, lights. If there's no light, he was going to turn on the gen. And then, so you're not going to pay electricity bills or anything. Your own is just to bring your load, your cooking utensils. His kitchen was spacious. They had 1 bathroom, 2 toilets. So he said the upstairs was for ladies and then the downstairs for guys, even though it was a shared apartment. So a particular place, he was living in the compound. So he decided to convert some of the rooms to hostel, to a hostel. So the downstairs was for guys and then the upstairs was for ladies. So he already said, so he showed me the room that a lady had already occupied. She was also a student, but then she had gone for lectures, so she was not around. So he showed me this particular room. In fact, this room had wardrobe, guys. It had a wardrobe. In my mind, I was so happy. So we got downstairs and then I asked him, okay, how much? Guys, do you want to guess how much it was? Guys, do you want to guess? Let me bust your brain. It was 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. Hey! Let me mention the benefit. There was 24. Usually that area they used to have light. So he said days where there's no light, it's going to turn on the gen. There's going to be pumping water that we don't even have to pay light bill and no dirty bill. No, nothing. The 100k covers all those things. And that what I just need to do is to just bring my kitchen utensils, my clothes, and move in. He said 100k and I was surprised. Like, okay, is it lie? It can't be 100k. So I made videos of all the, and there was ventilation, guys. Where the hostel where it took me to, I loved, there was ventilation, 2 ventilation, and then the hostel had a balcony, and then you had a common room where you could stay and then read. Guys, I did not even mention this. The hostel, he was going to provide a fan. All these previous hostels that I went to, nothing like fan. You're going to bring everything yourself. You're going to bring your wardrobe. You're going to bring everything, your mattress. This one, he was going to provide everything for 100,000 naira. I did not believe. I was like, no, this man he wants to scam me. He wants to scam me. I was afraid, even though I was afraid. So I got home and then I told my brother. My brother said it's a lie. It cannot be 100k, because I showed him the video. The videos actually. He said no, it cannot be. Have you forgotten all the prices you have been telling me? 200,000, 250, 400. This one is now coming with 100,000 naira, and he has everything. My brother did not believe me. He said, have you checked this man online? Have you checked if he's real? Have you checked if he's not a scammer? Oh my God. Even me too. I was afraid, like, okay, this man is not real. Remember I said when I went there, everywhere was quiet. So you know how Lagos can be. If you are not careful, those wicked scammers, they will take you to a place and they will still scam you. You will think it's real, but they will scam you. So I was afraid. My brother too did not believe me. So I told him, he didn't even say anything. And so the man was always calling me, like, okay, because I told him that, okay, I stay with my brother, so it's my brother that's going to pay. So I need to get back to him, tell him what I encountered, and then I'll get back to you. So he said, okay. So the next day, the man was calling me, how far? I said, he has not responded, sir. Imagine the fact that he was even calling me. It's me that is supposed to call you, but You are the one calling me. So it became really suspicious. In fact, I had to tell my friend, like, okay, you know what? I want you to act like you're looking for an accommodation. I'm going to tell this man that, okay, I have a friend, because when I went, there was also an empty space. There were two empty spaces, two bed spaces. So he told me that if I have a friend too that's looking for an accommodation, I should also tell them. So I told my friend that, okay, this there's an accommodation, even though she wasn't, my friend wasn't, because she had already gotten an apartment. But then I just wanted her to play along. I wanted to see if this man was real. So I told my friend to come with me. So my friend's friend, who was a guy, he too came along. So it was the three of us. And then I called the man, like, okay, my friend is coming for an inspection. So please, are you around? So he said yes. So my friend just played along, like, okay, I'm looking for an accommodation. He took us upstairs. He showed us around. He still showed my friend that room, the room that I was interested in. So, and then he told my friend 120,000 naira. And he told me 100,000 naira. I was like, okay. But in all of this, I felt, even though I was afraid, but I felt I still felt a bit of calmness. You know, when somebody sees you and then they just take interest in you, like, okay, they just like you. I think like the man had that feeling for me. He just liked me. I found favor with him. He told me 100K. He told her 120K. Not that wasn't even the reason. But then he was calling me. So he told me that the previous girl, like the girl that stays in the hostel, she's a very troublesome person. So he wants somebody that's calm, that will not even give him stress. So he saw all of those attributes in me. So he wanted me to stay in that, like, hostel. He kept on calling me, and I told him, please, I will get back to you. So my brother just did not even say anything about the hostel, because, like I said, the price was just too low to all those benefits for 100,000. It can't be possible now. My brother did not believe me. So my brother was also in one of the groups, this groups for accommodation. So they sent like an available place. So he forwarded it to me. I was like, okay, you know what, go and check this place. You can't check this place. They said this place is also area, and the price was, I think, 300 or thereabouts. Imagine, I told somebody there's a place for there's a place of 100K. You're telling me to go and check the one of 300K. If you're in Nigeria, you know how it is. If you see something, if you know how, like, the amount of something, and then you see something that you see a replica that's also, like, it has the same, they look the same way, this, like, everything, but then the price is lower, you will not want to go for the one that the price is lower. You just believe that it is fake, it is not original, it is this, it is that. You rather go for the one that's expensive. So in this case, he saw it like that. The one that was 100K, that came with all the benefits, he felt like it was his calm. And the one of 300K, it was the real. I knew that the one of 100K was real, but then I cannot persuade my brother. He's the one that will pay. So I cannot tell him anything. He needs to agree. So when he told me to go and check this one of 300K, that day I was going to school. I did not go. I did not check it though, because the area was a bit far from the school. So I just told him that I've gone to check and that they've taken the place. So when he heard that, they've taken the place, he then said, okay, you know what, go and check this accommodation again. In fact, don't tell this man that you're coming. Go there unannounced. Go there unannounced. Don't tell him that you're coming. And me, I couldn't go alone, so I had to tell one of my classmates, who happened to be a guy. I told him, please, I need you to come with me. And this guy was looking like really, he was really mature. He had beards, so like if you even see himself, you'll be scared of him. So I told him to go with me. I paid the ticket. So I told him to act like he was looking for an apartment. But then this time around, since he's a male, he's still alive, thank God. Since he's a male, he should act like okay, he's looking for a male accommodation. So we went, we didn't tell the man that we were coming. So we went unannounced. Luckily, I met somebody finally. I met a guy, and then we conversed, and we got to know that he was also a student of Unilag. And he was, at the time, he was cleaning his shoes. So he told us that he was preparing to go to classes, and that yes, he's that the place is real. He even showed, so he took my friend to his room. He showed us all that there's even a vacant, there's a bed space. So if he's really interested, so we asked him, okay, how much? He didn't tell us. He just told us the range. Oh, it's between 100 to 130. So I just knew that okay, this man is obviously real. And like I said, I went unannounced and then saw that okay, people were actually living in that compound. Even that area that I thought was quiet, it was because I went. The time that I went, it was people had gone to work, so I didn't see people. So this second time the third time that I went again, I saw a lot of persons on the street. I was like, okay, okay, this is real. So I went. I told my brother, okay, this is real. So my brother was like, okay, you know what? Tell him to send his account number. I was so happy. Finally. So I called the man. This time around, I was the one that called him. Okay, please send your account number. So I told my brother, okay, before you send him this money, I need my immediate elder brother to come with me to go and inspect the place for the last time. So on that, so that once we are done inspecting, we're going to pay immediately. So I told the man that my brother was coming. My brother came, he inspected the place. My brother also said that oh, the place is nice, the ventilation, everything is cool. So yeah, there and there, so there and there, there and then we paid. There, then and there, we paid whatever we paid, and so the man was like, "Wait, when are you going to move in?" That day was on Friday. I told him I was going to move in on Sunday. So he said, "No problem. Okay, what color of paint do you want me to paint the room?" Ah, God, oh. So I told him I wanted green. Can you imagine? I told him I wanted green. He said, "No problem." So I was going to clean the room, everything. That I should not worry. My mom was just to come in, just move in, bring my stuff, and then. So on that Saturday, I was prepping my things. My grandnut was there waiting for me. In fact, I called my parents to tell them that I've gotten an apartment. My brother was paid. Everything. I was so happy. I was so happy that finally I wasn't going to be coming from home. I wasn't going to be going from home. I wasn't going to be like, I was going to miss my niece. But, girl, you have your mommy. I was so happy. I prepped my things. I arranged everything. On Sunday, the D-Day cake. Guys, please, if you're just joining, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. On that D-Day, I booked a ride. Big girl, but no, it wasn't me that booked the ride, it was my brother. He booked the ride for me. I put all my stuff inside the boot. And then he drove off. I was so happy. I finally got to my new hostel. Guys, everywhere was looking Everyone was looking, everyone was looking so fine. The man had painted the room, he had cleaned everywhere. The bed mattress was there, the wardrobe cleaned everything. And I didn't tell you, the room was a two-man room. So imagine 2 man, that means it's just 200. I'll pay 100. My roommate will pay 200. In fact, the other ones that have been going, they were saying four people in a room. But this one, the room was spacious. The man was not a greedy person. He was not a greedy person. In fact, one of those days that I went with my friend, I met his wife. So it was real. I was just scared for nothing. So I moved in. I moved in, guys. I moved in. Oh, I moved in, guys. I'd never been that excited before. I finally moved in. I moved in, guys, and that day I remember we're not together anymore. He came around. We went to the supermarket. We got things. I got my cylinder. I got bits of food stuff, and I was just happy. Like, okay, God, finally, finally, my granite. I opened my granite, and I ate it. And I ate my granite, guys. I ate my granite. Finally, 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 I was going to eat the granite. That granite was a should I say a seed of faith. It wasn't. I used it as a point of contact. Like, God, even though I'm just saying this thing jokingly, this granite, I'm going to take it to my hostel. And eventually, I took that granite to my hostel. And it took months. Months. And I'm not just even saying 2 months, 3 months, 4, I think it was 5 months, because I got the hostel. I moved in May, and my mom came around in December. So you can imagine, January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. And God came through for me. God came through for me. He came through for me against all odds. He gave me more than what I asked for. Imagine paying 100,000 naira for a hostel that came with mattress. There was even bunk. You're just only paying 100,000 naira. You're not paying utility bill. You're not paying anything. Just pay 100,000 naira for, and it was for a year. I didn't mention that. The other hostel, that 400k was just for a session. So once the school session ends, your money automatically ends. Like, the 400,000 naira, you know we have 2 semesters. So once the second semester is over, once the exam is over, you carry your load. But this one that I got, it was for a year. So if I'm paying January, it means my rent is going to expire January the next year. Guys, it was too good to be true. Too good to be true. I got more than what I asked for. And the beautiful thing, let me now shock you. I was one of his best tenants. Guys, the funny thing is, my second year, still did not give me hostel. My final year still did not give me hostel. So I stayed during that period. There was strike. There was 2 year strike. So I stayed in that hostel for 5 good years without stress. How God was able to provide money for my subsequent rent, I don't know, but before my rent will expire, my brother would pay. And for me to not even shock you, when I paid for my second rent, the man was so happy that I didn't have to stress him. because for I think his other tenants, he would be the one to call them to pay. But for me, it was different. I was the one calling him to say I want to pay even before my rent expires. So there was this the second time I paid, he was like, "What do I want? Like, tell me one thing you want for me to do in this in your room, and I will do it." And I told him that I wanted an air condition. I just said it though, guys. Then I was on hold, so I had gone home. So when my brother sent the money, I called him to ask for confirmation, and he was so happy. He said, "Mary, tell me what you want, and I will do it." Hey, me landlord they tell you say make you talk what you want. So I told him that I wanted an air condition, and guys, before I resumed, he had fixed an air condition. My room, my room became a room that had fan and AC. Remember I said from home, my room already had, my room at home had air condition and AC. My hostel has the same thing. So it was just God. I was enjoying AC, and the roommates that God even gave me. Though, like I said, I stayed there for 5 years. So my first roommate was a master's student. She was hardly at home. She would rather because she had a friend that was staying in the male hostel. So she most of the time she would stay there and all. But she wasn't a bad person. She was cool also. So my roommate was a cool person. And then, like I said, she came for a master. So masters was just for I think 1 year or thereabout. So after 1 year she left, and I had another roommate. And this roommate too was, as at then I was in two. I think I was in three. My roommate was in her finals, and so she wasn't going to stay long. But then, for every time that I stayed there, God gave me roommates that were not crazy. Because when I was in my previous school, my second year was crazy. I had the worst roommate. My first year was so sweet. I had the most amazing roommates. All five of them were amazing. But then in year two, I had crazy roommates. It was four in a room. The three of them, I don't know what to even describe them as, but I guess God wanted me to learn something from them, of which I did. And then my final year, that's 300. I'm talking about my NCE days, right? And then my final year, during my NCE days, so it started off cool, and then in the middle we had few issues here and there, and then at the end everything was cool. So the good thing was that so one of my roommates in year one was also my roommate in my final year, so we became really close. So but God gave me, then during my direct entry days, God gave me amazing roommates. And for you to not even know that I found favor in the sight of that man, there was a particular time that he told some persons to leave the hostel, and he didn't tell me to leave. Not because I was too good, but then I found favor. He told every one of them to leave the hostel. In fact, the lady that I met there, he told her to leave. He said he wanted new people, new occupants, but he didn't tell me to leave. He didn't even say it to me. He told other people, and we're not talking about one person. We're not talking about two. We're not even talking about three. Like I said, it was two in a room. He told them to leave, but he didn't tell me to leave. I stayed there for 5 good years without stress. There were times that he would mark his birthday, and then he would give me cake. His wife was a nice person. I did not stress them. They also did not stress me. How God did that, I don't know. Why he did that, I don't know. But I could call that place my home. I didn't like going home during halls. I didn't like it because that place was just calm. It was everything. I like, my sisters was calling me to come. I said I don't want to come home. Even when I go home, immediately I'll not even because I was still in Lagos. My siblings, they stayed in Lagos, so I would just stay in their places for a few hours, and then I'll come back to my hostel. And then the final roommate God gave me, God, nice, nice lady, Funke. She was, I think she was she just started, so she was a fresher, so she was sort of like a younger sister to me. So I like, it was amazing. My stay there was amazing. I enjoyed my stay there. The kitchen spacious. The good thing, the wife she had, because I didn't say the electricity there was top notch. There was usually light every day, hours for hours there would be light. So the wife was, she had deep freezer. She would allow us to keep our food inside the freezer. She would allow us to use her hot, like her electric cooker. To tell you, that's how nice she's still alive. She is. She's up until today. They are not together anymore, but those couple, they were really nice to me. I don't know how God did it, but for every time that I think about it, I'm like, God, why, who am I that you are so mindful of me? I didn't have to stress during my stay there. Even though I wanted Unilag hostel so bad, I wanted it so bad. I wanted to like have a feeling of what it was like to stay in Unilag hostel. And do you now know what God did? During COVID, so before COVID, we had like there was strike, so COVID came and the strike extended. So after the COVID, God is a God that he breaks protocols. Like God breaks protocols for our sake, for his children's sake. He broke protocol for my sake. Do you now know what the school said? Because we were trying to like keep, during that period it was social distancing. So what the school said was, year one, year two, they were going to do their exam online, and then for we that are 300, 400 would have to come to school. That the exam was going to be for a week, and that during that week we were going to stay in the hostel free of charge. That what we just need to do is move into the hostel during that week. During that, for just that 1 week, then after 1 week you're going to evacuate. Guys, I had the opportunity of staying in the hostel for a week, a hostel that I always wished for. I stayed in that hostel for a week, and I had that feeling of what it was like to stay in Unilag hostel. I stayed in Kofo hostel. I had great roommates. Just that one period, that 1 week period, like I had great roommates. Something that never happened before. Unilag, they'll let you stay in their hostel free of charge. But God did it. For 1 week. After that 1 week, I moved to my hostel. So it wasn't a thing of, okay, if you are staying off camp, don't. No, everybody, as long as you are 300, you are 400, move into the hostel, do your clearance for that 1 week. So I had that feeling. I stayed in the hostel for 1 week, and then I moved to my off camp. Let me now even shock you. So eventually I stayed there throughout my stay and throughout my school period. And then when final year, final exam, the next thing is NYSC. So I was posted to another state. and while I was doing my old documentation and everything. So this couple, they, like I said, they're not together, so they were trying to work out their separation, whatever. So as a result, the wife wasn't going to stay there anymore, and he too was moving out. So the way God did it, after after the period that I was there elapsed, everything crashed. He said he said that he was going to be moving out as a result, like, so he was sort of like the agent, he was in charge. So he said since he'll be moving out, the owner would come around, and then he doesn't the owner doesn't want students anymore, so he was going to be converting the place to normal like normal accommodation and not a hostel. The way God did it, I finished everything. I finished my program, so I wasn't even there anymore. So God waited till I was done with my program before everything now scattered. Like, God waited for 5 good years for me. He waited for 5 good years for me, and after I was done with my program, the landlord, the agent had a change of mind. Everything worked for my favor. Everything worked for my favor. God came through for me. He gave me more than what I imagined, more than what I expected, more than what I was even thinking. Like, I don't even know how to say, but God shocked me. He surprised me. I think about it every time, and I'm like, God, because nobody, the place where that banner was, there's no how anybody will see that banner where it was. There's no how. But how God even made me see that banner, I don't even know. How he still kept that place for me, I don't even know, because people were coming. And let me not even tell you. So while I was there, and then there was a vacant room, the landlord was asking me. He said, "Oh, do I have people that are interested in the place?" I said, "You shouldn't worry, that I was going to like advertise it." So the amount then was, I think the amount was 150. So he told me that the amount was 150. And let me now even shock you. For everybody that came, we didn't pay the same amount. The money I paid was the least. For that 5 years, the highest amount I paid was 160,000 naira, and people paid more than that. Somebody even paid 200, somebody paid 250. I paid the least amount. And I enjoyed everything. 2 toilets, bedroom, like, so he would always call cleaners to come and wash the place. At some point we had to tell, okay, you know what, we'll do the washing by ourselves. So every Saturday we'll just rotate the washing, like, amongst ourselves. God, the way he loves me, I don't even know. I cannot even explain it, but I know he loves me, and he loves you too. He loves you too, because you're his child. He doesn't take you for granted. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you. It might not look like it, but he doesn't leave his children. He loves you too much to give up on you. He loves you too much to leave you. God that came through for me will also come through for you. He just needs you to be patient. He needs you to know that he's with you every time, every day. So as I wrap up, please hold on. No. Where is my paper? So as I wrap up today's episode of Stories of God's Goodness, I'm sorry that the light is dark. I don't know, never. devil, devil decided to use them today, but God passed them. So as we wrap up today's episode of Stories of God's Goodness, I want to give you an opportunity, the most important one. So maybe you have listened to today's story, you felt a tug in your heart. Maybe you have realized you want to experience this God that this lady has been talking about. You want to experience Him personally. I want you to know that His goodness isn't just for others, it is also for you. So if you are ready to surrender your life to Jesus, you're ready to invite Him into your heart, and you're ready to begin a new journey with Him, I invite you to say this simple prayer with me. Lord Jesus, I come to you today. I believe you died for me and rose again. Please forgive me of all my sins. Today, I choose to follow you. Be my Lord, my Savior. Thank you for loving me. Amen. If you just said that prayer, I want to welcome you into the family of God. I want you to know that heaven is rejoicing over you. So there's a link in the description. Please send a message. I would love to pray with you and walk this journey with you. Alright? I want you to know that God loves you and He died for your sake. And if He did that, therefore He's not going to leave you, nor forsake you. So please, there's a link in the description. Just reach out to me and I'll get back to you. And also, if you would love to share your story just like I did, there's also a link in the description. And if you're a shy person, it's fine. You don't want to be seen, you want to be anonymous, it's also fine. I can also accept that. But then if you want your story to be heard, you want to you know that, okay, once people hear your story, it's going to give them hope. Feel free to reach out to me. There's also a link in the description. Please reach out to me and then I'll take it off from there. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. If you are not a subscriber, please like this video and then subscribe. And one thing, God loves you and He will never leave you. And also, I love you and there is nothing you can do about it. Alright guys, at the count of 3, I'm gonna call it a day. 1, 2, 3. Peekaboo. Alright, so I'm going to count. It's going to be reversed. Like, okay, so 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye. I love you.